This is the 2026 answer to one of the biggest Porsche questions there is. What do you buy under 30 grand if you want the badge, the feel, and the engineering, but you don't want to light your money on fire after the sale? Cheap Porsche talk is dead wrong now, because the smart play isn't the lowest asking price. It's the car where depreciation is basically done, parts and service still make sense, and the exit math doesn't punish you. And the window is closing faster than people think, because the cars that used to feel like easy picks are already moving. A clean 2014 Cayman, the 981 everybody wanted to ignore a few years ago because it still felt too new and too expensive, is not showing average transaction numbers in the low to mid-20s. In fact, it was just named the #1 ranked used luxury sports car for 2025, with transaction data showing people paying between $21,000 and $26,000 for the privilege. Think about what that means. When the top-ranked car in the category starts falling into this range, the older sweet spots stop looking overlooked and start getting hunted. So this list is 5 real Porsches, exact trims, and the risk checks that matter before the money leaves your account. Before we get too far, let's talk basics. Under 30 grand only works if the math works. This ranking isn't about the cheapest ad you can find at midnight on your phone. Think of this as the Porsche Pulse pass or fail test. If a car fails, close the tab. You're not buying a bargain. You're volunteering to fund somebody else's neglect. The method is simple. Buy-in cost, projected resale in 3 years, and the idiot tax of deferred maintenance. In 2026, one bad repair turns into 3, and suddenly your cheap Porsche is charging you 911 GT3 service rates. You didn't buy a bad car because the badge was wrong. You bought a bad car because the sticker price tricked you. The filters are hard. Pass means a clean title, a binder of real service records, and a proper PPI. Fail means mystery tunes, cut springs, or a seller using fresh detail spray to hide a car that needs everything. Service records beat low miles every single time. A gem has matching tires and straight body gaps. A grenade has a too clean engine bay and a caption that says, "Runs great, no issues." That is the trap. Now, a quick disclaimer, most of these cars sit right at the $30,000 ceiling. You'll see cheaper ones, but the smart play is to pay for the best example at the top of the budget. Buying the $22,000 version of a $30,000 car usually costs you $15,000 in the first year. Pay the premium now to avoid the disaster later. With those rules locked in, let's get to the list. Number 5 is the only non-safe buy here, and it is a massive gamble. The 928 is the only front-engine V8 on this list, and I'm putting it at number 5 as a warning. This is the only non-safe car on the list. It's a transaxle Grand Tourer that feels like heavy German artillery, but the ownership can get ugly fast. This is not a first Porsche recommendation. You can find them under 30, but if you aren't mechanically inclined, the timing belt and electrical age tax will bury you before you finish your first road trip. It makes the cut because it's the ultimate insider Porsche for the seasoned collector. You don't buy this to impress people at a stoplight. You buy it because you want that 1980s Autobahn crusher feeling in your chest. And you have the stomach for the maintenance. Just know that interior trim and vacuum leaks are a lifestyle here, not a weekend project. It's for the person who already has a reliable daily and wants a piece of history that most people are too afraid to touch. Now, moving from brave money to actual smart money. The next one gives you open-top flat-six Porsche feel with a lot less risk. The 986 Boxster S is the 2026 entry point for the real Porsche feeling. We aren't talking about a starter car anymore. We're talking about a mid-engine flat-six weapon that is finally being recognized for its purity. The market benchmark is clear. A 25,000-mile 2001 manual recently sold for $14,500. Think about that. You are getting a genuine Porsche sports car for less than a 10-year-old Corolla. The 2026 strategy here is buy and sort. Because these are older than the Caymans on this list, that lower buy-in comes with a heavier catch-up tax. You aren't just looking at the IMS, you're dealing with 20-year-old plastic cooling parts and foam-spewing vents. If you find a clean one for $15,000, you budget $5,000 to $7,000 for the IMS, water pump, and a complete suspension refresh. Now you're all in at $22,000 for a car that is more engaging than a $35,000 new Miata. This is the smartest capital play for anyone who wants to actually drive their car instead of staring at a spreadsheet. It's light, analog, and perfectly balanced. It's the car that saved Porsche, and in 2026, it might be the car that saves your weekend. The 958.1 Cayenne Diesel is the sleeper pick on this list because it does something a lot of cheaper Porsches can't do anymore. It fits real life without giving up the sense that you're driving something engineered with intent, and you feel that in the steering, the body control, and the way the whole thing shrinks around you once you're moving. And in 2026, the ownership math makes sense. The big depreciation hit already happened, and the 958.1 market average sits around $27,478, with diesel trucks living down in the low $20,000 range. So the buy-in is real. The torque still feels expensive. The range is a huge part of the appeal, and long trips, daily use, family duty, and bad weather all just work. If you live where winter is real, this is your weapon, but add a specific filter. Look underneath the car for corrosion on brake lines and fasteners. Check battery health because cold starts expose weak batteries fast, especially on these diesel units. And please do not think all-wheel drive is a substitute for tires. All-wheel drive helps you go, but real winter tires help you turn and stop. Now do the rapid-fire spec check. Buy this, a clean diesel with documented transfer case history and proof that campaign AH08 for the VarioCam bolts was completed. If those aluminum bolts aren't replaced, they can shear into the timing chain. That is a fatal engine damage situation. Avoid that. Any binding or shuddering in tight turns, that is the transfer case calling for your credit card. Also, avoid any car near the 100,000-mile window with zero fuel system history. A high-pressure fuel pump failure lands between $1,200 and $1,800, so don't gamble. Now, before number 2, here's a quick mid-roll win if you're shopping any older water-cooled Porsche. Buy a basic paint depth gauge before the car even shows up for a PPI. They're cheap, easy to use, and they can save you from walking into a clean Carfax car that already had bad bodywork on half the nose and one quarter panel. That little tool won't replace a real inspection, but it gives you a fast read before you waste a day, a flight, or a deposit on the wrong car. The 987.1 Cayman sits this high because it finally slipped into the zone where the price and the appeal meet. In 2026, solid driver cars are under 30, and that changes everything. This is one of the purest modern Porsches you can buy, but it comes with the big 3 requirements. You need a bore scope inspection for bore scoring, an over-rev report, and a clear plan for the cooling system. These water-cooled models are a when, not if, situation. One leak means the plastic tanks and hoses are ready to go. You can feel the old Porsche tension all over it, because this is the car they had to hold back so it wouldn't embarrass the 911. The chassis is right, the size is right, and the mid-engine balance is so good that professional drivers often prefer them to 911s for track days. It gives you that locked-in little coupe feel that makes even normal drives feel chosen. And here's the Porsche conspiracy part. Internal documents that leaked years ago actually confirmed it. Porsche literacy detuned these Caymans to protect their flagship. If this thing got the engine it deserved, the 911 would have been redundant. So when you buy a 987.1, you aren't just buying a cheaper Porsche. You're buying the car Porsche was actually afraid of. The 2026 investment thesis for the 987.1 is all about the depreciation floor. Research shows these cars are only losing 5 to 10% in value over 3 years, which is essentially free ownership if you maintain it right. Take a look at the actual transaction data. A 2006 Cayman S recently sold for $26,250. That is incredible value for a 3.4-liter flat 6 that still looks like a current generation car to 90% of the people on the road. And because the 987.2 and 981 models have climbed so high, the 987.1 is the last stop for a modern Porsche coupe under 30 grand. The specific risk check here is shifter cables and clutch health. But once those are sorted, you're buying a car that looks modern, feels alive, and has reached the absolute bottom of its curve. It's the smart play for someone who wants the 911 experience in a more focused, mid-engine package. Now, quick market heat map before the 911. The price gap between the 996.2 and the 997.1 keeps getting tighter, but not in a way that helps the buyer under 30 grand. The 997.1 still pulls harder money because everybody wants the newer face and the easier story, which leaves the 996.2 sitting in the last real zone where a true 911 still makes sense. That is exactly why number 1 lands where it does. The 996.2 Carrera wins because it is still the cleanest path to real 911 ownership without stepping into a price bracket that ruins the whole point of this exercise. This is the full thing. Rear engine feel, real 911 proportions, and a cabin that still feels modern enough to live with, but old enough that you don't feel like you're renting complexity. It gives you that unmistakable 911 sensation where the car feels alive behind you, like the whole machine rotates around your decisions. The reason this is the point 2 and not the point 1 comes down to buy logic. The facelifted headlights pull the car away from the early jokes and make it easier to sell. The market reads the point 2 as the settled version, with values rising 20% recently. Now, the mechanical reality. You must verify the IMS history and get a bore scope check for bore scoring. While the newer 997.1 has lower annual costs on paper, the 996.2 is smart cheap because the buy-in is lower. If you do the proactive IMS upgrade immediately, you drop long-term maintenance risk by 50%. The average sale price for a 996.2 is actually $55,000 when you count the high-end trims. So finding a clean Carrera for under 30 is a massive value gap. The reason the 996.2 beats the Cayman for the number 1 spot is the 911 Premium. In the Porsche world, the 911 isn't just a car, it's a blue chip asset. While a Cayman is a better balanced chassis, the 911 badge carries a price floor that simply doesn't break. If the economy wobbles, the 911 is what people keep in their garages. The 2026 exit math is the real winner here. If you buy a sorted 996.2 and handle the essentials proactively, you've secured a spot in the most resilient car market on Earth. It's the only car on this list where you can reasonably expect to drive it for 2 years and sell it for exactly what you paid or more. That downside protection is why it wins. It's the ultimate smart money move because it lets you live the dream without the financial nightmare. The 24-month math is the ultimate payoff. Let's look at the 996.2 ownership scorecard. Say you buy a Carrera at $28,000. You spend $4,000 on the IMS, fluids, and catch-up service. Now you're all in at $32,000. If the market stays steady and these values rose 15% recently, selling it in 2 years for $30,000 is a conservative estimate. Think about that math. Your total cost over 2 years, including the sorting tax, is $2,000. That is less than $100 a month to daily drive a 911. Your coffee habit costs more than owning one of the best sports cars ever made. That is the power of buying when the depreciation is done. So the answer is pretty clear. If you want the best pure value, it's the 987.1 Cayman. If you want the smartest all-around buy, it's the 996.2 Carrera. If you need the safest daily, it's the 958.1 Cayenne diesel. If you want the cheapest real sports car way in, it's the 986 Boxster S. And if you want to make a terrible decision for all the right reasons, the 928 is still sitting there, waiting for you. That is the whole game in 2026. Porsche is not just transport. It never was. And the right one under 30 grand is the one that lets you keep that feeling without getting crushed every time the shop calls. This isn't about the cheapest way into the club. It's about finding the Porsche that still feels alive, still makes sense on paper, and still lets you get back out without taking a bath. If you want more of these buy guides, subscribe. I'm Dave, and this is Porsche Pulse.